the first game we're going to go into here is, we started off last week with a game in Germany. We're going to start off this week with a game in Germany.
Do we have to? Do we have to?
Yeah, we have to. It's going to be the Patriots game here.
I want to skip this one.
Colts, Patriots in Germany. Somehow the Pats are the home team. And we are the Patriots because as you could tell, if you haven't seen already, we're both Patriot fans. But
yeah, if our Boston sports hats didn't give it away, we are Pats fans.
Yeah, exactly. So if we didn't tell you already. So now that you know it, Pats are 1.5 point underdogs to the Colts here. 43.5 is the over under. So this game's there's
dog shit game. It's gonna be a dog shit game. It's gonna be awful. Even the good teams, Aiden. We saw it with the Chiefs and the Dolphins. All the teams that are going to the international games and they have high-powered offenses, they're not scoring any points.
No, yeah.
So what are the Pats going to do? Put up -5? Honestly, there's no way that they have any sense of an offense when they go over to Germany. No way. No way at all.
Yeah, our offense is non-existent. It's non-existent.
Aiden, it's worse than last year.
It's terrible.
It looks worse than last year when it was getting coached by Matt Patricia and Joe Judge. At least last year they actually had Ramondre moving downfield and making big plays. The only big play that he's made all year was last week against Washington.
Yeah,
that's the only big play. And the Bills screen pass for 30 yards. If that's your big play in the year, dude, come on. Jesus Christ.
We have nothing going on offense.
No.
And it's worse because our weapons just seemingly whenever they do get open, it's a Mac overthrow, or all of a sudden Mac will throw a dime to Hunter Henry in the end zone. Or they don't drop it. Yeah.
Rieger, dude, I know you're not that good, but I know you're not that good. Come on. Jesus Christ. But then again, that's more on Bill. Why isn't Kayshon Boutte playing? Why? Jalen Rieger, you already know what he is. At least in Kayshon Boutte's case, you don't really know. The one thing you do know is that he has to be better than Jalen Rieger. That's the only thing that you do know.
And I don't know if you saw this report, but there's a report, I'm pretty sure, that came out. He had his best week of practice all season or something like that. Yeah. And he's fucking sitting on the bench. Where does he run on the routes?
Did you see the theory that he was talking to the media like he was going to play, so out of spite, Bill said, no, you're a healthy scratch.
I believe it.
Which is not beyond him at all. It's not beyond him at all.
It takes very little of me right now to not believe a negative report, so I believe it.
It's unbelievable.
But back to this game. Listen, the Colts, you can say whatever you want with them. They've been a really solid team in the fact of they put up points. I think, honestly, there was a stat to go with it. I don't have it off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure that the Colts – I think they might be averaging the most points in the league, or are right below the team like the Dolphins.
How many games have you how many times have you just been watching Red Zone this year? Because obviously I've been watching a ton of Colts games, but you're on Red Zone, and all of a sudden the 4:00 games are about to hit, and then you're like, wow, the Colts have 35 points. Wow, the Colts have 38 points. Jesus, this is a shootout. So
I can't remember a game. I'm gonna look it up right now. I can't remember a game where they scored under 24.
Yeah, I can't either.
Realistically, I'm gonna check this.
Maybe when they played the Jags and Richardson got hurt at the end of the game, that's the last time I can remember them not breaking 28.
Yeah, so they had 27 last week, 27 the week before, 38, 20 against the Jags. Yeah, 23, 23, 22, 31. 21 in the opener. So I mean, dude, they're scoring 20 every game.
Literally.
The fucking Pats can't get a field goal.
And half of that was without half of the 20 non-27 plus point games are without their best player, who was without Jonathan Taylor. So I mean, that's pretty telling.
And the QB change in the middle of the season.
Yeah.
I mean,
and Gardner Minshew, to his credit, Gardner Minshew's been very good this season. He's been very good.
He's great. I want him to get another full-time starting opportunity.
I want him to destroy the Pats in Germany. I want that to happen. Drake May, here we come. Drake May. Let's go.
And then while we're going to touch on it anyway, have you seen that report, and what do you think about it, that if the Patriots lose in Germany, that Belichick might be getting fired? Have you seen that report from the Crafts?
I have seen it. I saw that. It was either today or yesterday. I think it was today.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, it was one of those.
I think that's a horrible decision for a few reasons. A, out of respect for Bill, no matter how mad you are at him right now, you can't fire the guy midseason. That's just so disrespectful. It's a spit in the face. You can't do it. B, you have to trade him this offseason and get something back. Like, you have to do that. And teams have already expressed interest in that. And it's not going to. I'm telling you right now.
If you're not.
If you win 2 games, people will still offer you trades for Bill. Whether it'll be a lot or a little, who knows? You're going to get offers. And that's way better than just firing him and then having to eat his salary. So either way, you have to, and another reason you have to hang on to him, if people are no longer responding to him and they want to leave the Pats, okay, fine. A, they're not good. They're all horrible. None of them should be here because they're horrible, and you need a complete rebuild anyway. It's not like you want to keep, outside of like Duggar and Hunter Henry and maybe Peppers, who do you want to keep on this team? Andrews is getting old. Wayno is a guy you want to hang on to, but literally, that's 3 guys that just popped into my head. And Judon, honestly, at this point, he's a good trade piece this offseason. So you really should be in a complete rebuild anyway.
Was getting talked about. The one guy I do want to throw in there, Tavai on defense. He's a fucking dog. He's a dog. He's going to be a playmaker on this team for a while.
This weekend.
Yeah, I mean that fumble. Yeah, he's a gamer. But yeah. Agreed with everything you just said there. But I want to get back to this game. Colts, Patriots in Germany. All right. I see this going one of 2 ways. The Colts can't score, and the Patriots obviously won't score. And it's a very boring game. Germany, the fans in Germany, the fans in Germany are not excited. They're not happy. It's a shitter. It's what, 17-10, something like that.
Dude, I think Colts win. I could see 13-7.
Yeah, it's gonna be a bad game. And then the other thing, or the other way I see it going, is the Colts, like it seems like they always do, they put up 20 to 27 points, and the Pats are sitting there with 6, 10, 13.
Yeah.
So there goes one of 2 ways. I think the Pats lose either way, though. Just because.
Same result.
I mean,
same result. Yeah, just a different recipe.
Part of me wants to say that the Pats are going to play good just because it is a different environment. You're in Germany, but at the same time, like, I don't know, like, I just don't think we have it organizationally, like talent-wise, also coaching. I don't think we care enough right now, and honestly, I want to put this out there too. I'm fine with it because I want us to tank and I want us to get a good pick.
Yeah,
and I also want us to move assets so we can get better picks and more capital, and we can fully rebuild, because we seem like we're too good for rebuilding and we're just going to middle for the next 10 years. So let's rebuild. Let's have our bad 2 seasons in a row, whatever it is. Get some talent in here and build up from there. But
yeah, no, I agree with you. And one rumor we should touch upon this later during headlines. Have you been seeing the Vrabel rumors, trading for Vrabel?
Yeah, I mean,
now, that would be unreal. That would be unreal, but we can talk about that later. I see the Pats getting absolutely smoked in this game. I see it being like 20-3, maybe 23-10, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see them playing well at all. I see them playing like they have been playing. They were in Gillette this past weekend. Not that them playing at Gillette has any sense of the aura that it used to have. It used to be horrifying having to go to Foxborough, but teams just don't care anymore. But they quit there. Like, they didn't show up to play there. So you're going to fly across the world to go to Germany, and, like, we're really expecting them to show up and play well there? I don't. I really don't. Shout out to my man Michael Felger, who is a Boston radio guy. Best guy. Go to Boston media. He was saying that this is the kind of trip where there's a fight or 2 on the plane there, on the plane ride there, and on the plane ride back. And he's 100% right. Like, how many stories have we seen like that where there's fights between teammates, like on a road trip or something like that? You're flying across the world on a team that's about to be 2-8, and you suck, and nobody likes each other. Like, this is a recipe for disaster. Absolute recipe for disaster.
And that does make sense. And, actually, Chris Long talks about it at length, that these flights, especially to like London and stuff, are they're big. I mean, they have, apparently their team, like, doctors or just a third party that comes in and they talk about how you're supposed to get a certain amount of sleep. This is the way you're supposed to sleep to maintain, like, don't do this, but do this. And it might be, I want to take a nap. And it's like, no, don't, because it's going to negative affect you.
Right.
So there's a lot of stuff that goes into it. But now you're doing that and you're pairing that with your coach having rumors of getting fired, your owners being unhappy. There's, videos of you circulating in the owner's box, Jonathan Kraft going, we're just not good enough. And people are posting it all over. It's getting millions of clicks. And then on the other side, like you said, they're just not that good. I mean, you're going all over Germany and you're going to be 2-8. Nobody believes in Mac. Nobody believes in Belichick even at this point.
Right.
And it's so you're right. You're 100% right. It's not going to be great.
There's no way this goes well. There's no way it goes well.
Yeah. Okay. So we're both seeing this game eye to eye here. Next game I want to talk about. We got the Texans